Hey all, EC here, and I know a lot of you have just read the title of the video and you're going to click off and you're going to be disliking it. Screw you. I know, but give me a second, guys, to actually explain my opinion. So, I feel like you shouldn't buy a Nintendo Switch 2 right now. This is someone who got a Switch 2 day one. Obviously, well, I say day one, I pre-ordered it. Like, as soon as the pre-orders went live, in my city, I went to my local Curry's PC World, which is obviously one of our retailers that had it pre-orders, and I basically pre-ordered it, got a day one, and here it is. Now, my concern here with the Switch 2 is largely come based on some other videos I've done and some more stuff. After I've been thinking about obviously different things, I figured, yeah, why didn't I just wait for a Switch 2 Lite? Like, for example, Nintendo obviously did a Switch Lite like the first year of the Switch 1. Switch 1 was out in a year. Then as soon as it got to like 2018, they did a Switch Lite. And also, the games, to me, which is interesting. Obviously, I didn't get Mario Kart World because Mario Kart is not my sort of game. But I feel like the Nintendo side of it, I know it's only been like a few weeks, but the Nintendo side of it has not been that exciting to me. Like, the only really Nintendo game that I'm really excited for that is coming to Switch 2 this year are Donkey Kong Bonanza and Metroid Prime 4. But Metroid Prime 4 is obviously going to be a multi-platform game. It's going to be on, I'll say multi-platform, it's going to be multi-generational. It's going to be on Switch 1 and Switch 2. And obviously the other games I've seen that are on Switch 2 will come in this year. Code Zero 2, Pokemon Z8, Pokemon Legends Z8, which is also going to be a cross-gen game. The Welcome Tour is just kind of what it is. The Zelda remaster as well. I'm not that huge into those sort of games, so obviously didn't get them. And to me, it just feels like right now is not the best time to buy a Switch 2. That's not going to stop people from doing it. Obviously, I'm not trying to tell people they don't buy one. I'm telling people this is just based on my opinion of having one for since launch. The game, they've been releasing new indie games. New indie games are coming out every day for Switch 2, as well as Switch 1, obviously. And Nintendo is obviously seeming to move focused more so on Switch 2 games because obviously this is the newest console. That's the newest thing they're going to do. But I'll be honest, I don't feel like their lineup's been that great for launch. And when you hear the rumours that game key cards have killed the sales of certain games on Switch 2, and third-party games apparently weren't selling that well on Switch 2, and obviously the only real publishers from what I've heard from videos from, there's a YouTuber called It's Amiibo. I saw his video, and apparently a lot of the sales data, it's CD Projekt Red and Nintendo are doing really well. Every other company not doing as well in sales, which is interesting, really. It's quite an interesting thing to hear that, really. I'm not sure how true it is. Obviously, I just remember seeing it in a YouTube video. So I'm not sure how truthful it is. So, do I think you should buy Switch 2 right now? Well, realistically, to me, it depends on your financial situation. I feel like if you can afford to buy Switch 2 now and you don't mind waiting a little bit for the games, you might as well buy one. Obviously, I believe a lot of places still have stock for them because obviously Nintendo was smart enough to actually be able to get ahead of the scalpers. They were able to produce enough of the consoles where the scalpers couldn't just buy them all up. So that's actually really good, and there seems to be supply on most stores. Now, my problem is obviously the games. If you guys are into the games they've released so far, like Mario Kart World, which obviously you can get a bundle with, or you want to play Cyberpunk on the Switch 2, or whatever it is you want to play, that makes, and you could, if it's released and you want to play it and you can afford to buy a Switch 2, I'd buy it if I were you. But also, to me, I kind of wish I waited for Donkey Kong Bonanza. I kind of wish I waited for that game. Because that's the game I want to play on Switch 2. That's my main reason for getting a Switch 2. Because I do enjoy Donkey Kong games. But yeah, I'm going to get that. And obviously, I want to get Metroid Prime 4. But obviously, Metroid Prime 4 isn't out till sometime later this year. It's not coming out till I'm guessing September. From what I've seen, I'm guessing September. For Metroid Prime 4, but September or November, one of those two will be Metroid Prime 4's release date. That's my guess anyway. But hopefully, they can sort this out. They can maybe do a direct, announce some more games that are coming, third-party stuff, first-party stuff, whatever they're doing. I just need, I feel like a lot of people just want a bit more clarity of what's coming, because we've sort of had the console release, a few games come out for it, and there's been no real word of what's next. Obviously, I know they confirmed Splatoon Raiders is a thing that's being in development, but I want to see the rest of the stuff. I want to know when's the next Animal Crossing coming. When's the next, 3D Mario? When's the next 2D Mario, Because they haven't really done much. They announced, obviously, the games and that's basically, well, they announced the games they've announced, and that's all they've already done. And I kind of wish we'd see just more, more attention brought to it, and Nintendo would just come forward and say, hey, these are games coming in 2026 and later this year, whether they be third party, first party, whatever. I don't care, as long as Nintendo does like some direct to like announce them, because I know they've got the Nintendo Today app on smartphones, but that app's kind of, I don't really know. I barely use it. I don't really see why you'd need a mobile app to find out this sort of stuff. I kind of feel like they should just do like a big presentation, do a nice direct, about an hour and a half, announce a bunch of indie stuff and a bunch of AAA stuff coming to Switch 2 later this year from third-party developers and publishers, and then obviously do a direct for themselves to actually promote their own first-party stuff that's coming this year and obviously in the first half of 2026. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. If you're new, make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment, turn notifications. If you agree, that's good, make sure you do. But I will say, before you go, I will say the fact that you can actually play Pokemon Scarlet and Violet on this thing and actually run better than it does on Switch 1, that is a big plus. So if you do like Pokemon, I do recommend actually getting a Switch 2, just so you can play those games better on Switch 2. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, all that stuff. I've been EC, and I'm signing out. Peace.